So how to do SEO in 5 minutes is what we are going to do. But before we do that, we're going to go into a bit of context of what will be what you're going to learn at the end of this masterclass. What is it going to be for you? So we are going to learn what SEO is and how it works. Why is it important that all small business owners start using SEO? Even though you are one-person brand, why should you use SEO? And what are the top mistakes that people are making when it comes to their SEO and how you can avoid those mistakes? And I'm going to deliver on the promise of helping you do SEO in 5 minutes. So they're going to be a fun and live activity for us to do to see if SEO is actually a things we can do, or is it something that is for big brands? Can small businesses actually put SEO into use? That's what we are going to practice today, okay? A bit about me. Most people that knows me know that I love to smile, and that's like my brand. But in the business side of things, I started helping businesses with their website since 2017. Before then, I was doing a different kind of career, but I brought all that skill that I work in marketing into what I do today. So throughout these years of helping businesses to create and launch and even help them to market their website, have learned one or two things along the way. And one of the things that I've learned comes to know that certain things are something that can work and certain things cannot work. So when it comes to conversion from your website, there are things that will make that work and there are things that doesn't make that work. The process that I use in helping clients with their website helps me to understand that many small businesses need more than just a website. They need help to be able to launch the right website and get more eyes to notice their website and turn those people coming into their website to become their paying clients. But how are they going to do that? So that is what inspires me to create this free SEO masterclass. And this is my hope that at the end of this masterclass, you will be inspired to start your website conversion journey. This is your SEO masterclass. So feel free to ask me questions and let me know your feedback in the chat box below. So before we get into what SEO is, I would like to know how many of you have a website and how many of you are thinking of having a website? Please put it in the chat box. Let me know. Very good. I could see that some have website and some are working on it. So I'm speaking to the right audience because my content is meant to satisfy two group of people. Those that already have a website, they're now getting clients from their website. And also those that are planning to get a website and they want to get it right with their website. That is what this masterclass is for. So let's now put this big word into context. When we hear the word SEO, what exactly is that? There are three things that make it up. The search refers to people who are using the online space to look for things. They are doing searches. And the engine is the platform that this individual go to find things. And that platform could be Google, it could be social media, it could be any other places. But wherever people go to find things are referred to as engine. Then the optimization aspect of things has to do with things you do on your website so that when people look for things, they can discover your website, get to like what they see, and become your paying clients. So it's actually three puzzles that make it up. The people that are looking for things, the places they go to look for things, and the work that needs to be done on your website so that when they go those places, they can discover you. We're going to talk about how to do that. Now, let's put this into a bit of a sentence. So what exactly is SEO? SEO is a process that you take your website through so that people could get, your potential clients could discover your website through search engines. There are different types of search engine, and for the purpose of clarity, we are going to focus on one specific search engine, and that is Google. Are you scared of SEO? Not anymore. So at the end of this masterclass, you will no longer feel overwhelming about SEO. When you hear the word SEO, what comes to your mind? Please let me know in the chat box. How do you feel about SEO? Okay. Hard work, take long and boring. Interesting. Okay, so awesome. I love this interaction there. So SEO is something we do every day. We literally SEO our life every blessed day. So whenever we pick up the phone to buy something, to buy food, buy a book, or whatever you ever buy with your phone, we always find people browsing their phone all the time. That's SEO. That's typically what it does. So what we are going to talk about now is how do you use that natural concept that you're using already into the online space to help your ideal clients get to know you? And how do you make that process simple for you? That's what we are going to learn, how to use the concept we are doing every day. So how does SEO actually work? Since we think that SEO is something we do every day, how does it work? Why is it important? So SEO can become a salesperson for you because when this COVID-19 thing hits the world, many people realize the importance of shopping online. Online space become a go-to place that people go to buy things. So the need for a functional website becomes very obvious. So I often get asked, what is the difference between doing SEO and paying for ads? So the difference is that when you pay ads, that means you are paying to play. So what typically happens is that when you stop paying the money, your business growth kind of tied down. And what that means is that the traffic that you were getting from the paid ads is now something that stops. But SEO, when you do it the right way, even though you stop doing SEO for 1 week, for a few days, and for some hours, you still get quality traffic because it's an organic way of getting more people to notice your website. So that's what makes difference between SEO and paid ads. Paid ads give you that fast traffic, but if you are not doing the work, which is paying the money, you don't get that traffic. But SEO can still respond and give you traffic to your website even when you have stopped doing SEO for a while. How does SEO work? Now that we got to know what SEO is and why is it important, how does it work? It doesn't work in isolation. I hear many people when says things like SEO got to do with the search engine. It has nothing to do with website copy. It has nothing to do with the website itself. SEO belongs to your website. Whether you're actually practicing SEO or not, that's where it belongs. Because think about the shopping things that you do. When you pick up your phone to buy something, you're actually going to someone's website. So how did you manage to go to that website? Is because the owner of the website was intentional with what they do. They were thinking about you and they were a bit strategic with their approach, and that's why you were able to get to that website. Now, how can you start on your website journey? You just need 3 things. 1, you need to have a business that you're passionate about and you love what you do. 2, you need to have a service or a product that you're going to sell from your website. Because there's no point of you having a website that is not selling because it's meant to sell. So you got to find a way to have a website that do the selling for you. Then you need to have a website that is SEO friendly. And here's where I want to tip in some tips about website. Not all websites are created to function the same. I often get asked when people come to me for website, and things I say is, I want a website that look like my mentor's website. I want a website that look like that big brand website. But the thing is that big brand have their own goals, and their goals may not be yours and may not also be in alignment with where you are heading to. When you have a website that is SEO friendly, it gets known by search engine, and search engine are happy to show up websites that do the right thing. What are the top 3 mistakes that people make when they come to their website? They have this concept that when I build, they will come. It doesn't work with a website that converts. A website that converts have a target audience. So if you create a website before you know who is going to visit the website, you're kind of taking the destination before you even start packing. So you already reach where you're going before you start the journey. So knowing your ideal client first is the first step of avoiding the common mistake that people make. And that's why I had an opportunity to audit a website that have loads of traffic, and the owner of the website was not getting clients from that website, but it got a website visitor that is in thousands every month, but it was not getting clients. And the reason is because the website was not positioned to convert. So it's one thing to have a website, it's a completely different thing to have a website that do the work and turn visitors into paying clients. The second mistake that many people make in their journey to owning a website that works for them is owning a wrong type of website. And what does that mean? I'm going to give you a bit of context into what a wrong type of website could look like. And another reason is people completely ignoring SEO. They're like, SEO is not my thing. I'm not into that. And I'm not going to do the work. And if they say that, and they now find themselves using their phone to browse something, and they're actually doing SEO, but they don't want to incorporate it into their own strategy in getting clients. So SEO plan and not having one or not having the right plan could be a common mistake that you are making in your business. So what exactly is a target audience? So when we are saying a target audience, we are talking about it in a positive way, and that is the individuals who's going to see value in what we do. Here is the fact. Not everyone's going to appreciate our work or what we do, our method of delivering our value, and that is completely okay. We need to feel comfortable when people don't appreciate what we do, because there are other people out there who are staying awake at night because they have not gotten the help that we are rendering. So we want to focus on target audience in a positive sense and appreciate those ones who are willing to pay and feel excited to buy from us. So how do you get a website that works for you so that you don't have a wrong type of a website? Is to recognize that the website is part of your business. And what that means is that you need to have an active interest in the way your website looks and feel, because your target audience is going to have the same feeling as well. So if you are passive about your website, like, I want a website for online presence, that's a good thing to think about. But what does online presence means to your business? That deeper understanding of what is online presence for you and where does your website fit in, it really going to help you create the right website. And how does this fit into the picture? Is that you're going to have the right color in the place, you're going to have the right call to action in the place, you're going to have the right layout and the right design that would resonate with your brand and with the target audience you're trying to reach, instead of just getting a website because a big brand is using that type of pattern or that type of design. So you'll be having a website that focuses mainly on helping you turn visitors into paying clients. And SEO is a tool that can help you make that possible. Not having an SEO plan makes you kind of hang around with your website. You have a website that is high maintenance when it's not SEO friendly. And what that means is that when the plugin wants you to update it, you're going to go in and do the work. When the website is not looking beautiful, you're going to refresh it. But the website have not loved you back the way you love your website. And that is where we want to have a good SEO plan that help us not just to own a website, but turn website visitors into paying clients. And there's no point for us to also spend time to learn about our ICA, know our ideal clients, get the right website, and not taking SEO into consideration when we are building our website. But if you're struggling with your SEO or with your website, that's not a problem. We could walk away around that. Here is the fun part of it. We have been waiting for this. How is it possible that we can do SEO in 5 minutes? Now, let's put that to test, okay? If you have a timer, put it on, and let's put our website to test. And the website SEO test we're going to do is the visibility of our website. Can your website be seen on search engine? You're going to take 3 steps to make that known. And that is the first step to SEO, is the visibility of the website. So you want to open your browser and go to, any browser of your choice. And under the search bar, you type. This time around, go to Google, because we want to see the visibility in Google, so that it's not just any search engine, but the particular one we are interested in. So if you are in Google now, you could type, taking this out so that I can see the screen as well. So just put in your website. So you type site, full column, your domain name, and press enter. That is the 3-step. A browser, in this content, we go into Google, and then we are checking out if we can see our website, and then press enter. That should take you approximately 5 minutes to do. And you have just tested out your website visibility. So let me know how many of you are able to see your website on Google. Yeah. Who is struggling to take this 3-step? Is this 3-step really hard? Because this will give you an idea to see, yep, Emma, that's fantastic. Good. So now you have seen your website on Google. I want you to take notice of 3 things. One is what came up. Did you see the domain name of your website? Write that down. Domain name seen. It's very important part of your website that the domain name itself show up, because that's your brand identity when it comes to your website. Then the second thing you want to check is, did your social media platform show up? LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook came up. Fantastic. Now the question to you is, are those platforms where you hang around the most? Is that your active platform? Fantastic, Emma. Good, good, good. Love that. I love that. Not Twitter, but others. Okay. So are you active on Instagram, or did you see your Instagram as well? Okay. So Eric, you didn't see your Instagram, but do you use Instagram as your platform to market your business? So if you are using Instagram and it's not showing up, that's something you want to consider. So you want to think about, you do. Not the same as, okay. Okay, yeah. So what you could do is to check your website if your Instagram is also integrated with your website.
How do we integrate it, Nyene? I mean, I've got a link to LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as Facebook, but it's not showing on my search results. So how does it integrate?
Yeah, that's fine. Just take notice of what's show up and what's not showing up. That's the first step. So note those 2 things down, what show up and what was missing. Then I will tell you how you're going to get other ones to show up. Okay. Then the 3rd thing that you're looking at is the image. So I want you to click on the image that you're seeing in the Google under your domain name and see what type of images came out. Do you have images that you have on your website showing up in Google? Good, good, good. I like the point that Eric is making, that he has seen someone else. Yes, that is absolutely true. Because when you use a name that is generic name as a domain name, domain name strategy is completely a different thing. I could do a masterclass on that as well. So when you have a domain name that is the same with like generic name, like things like simple or demand or something that everyone else could use, then you are going to compete with so many people on that domain name. And that's why if you check your a display that in Google, you see that you have up to like 20 something pages showing up. That's not all about you, it's about other people as well. But what you want to think about, what show up, did that satisfy you? Did that makes you happy? Okay, so that's the first step of SEO. I want to also know how you feel. Was that hard? Was that a difficult exercise to do? Good, good, good. Happy, not hard. That's the feeling. So SEO could be easy to do when we know the how. Good, good, good. That's fine. That's fine. If you are working on your website, it's good not to show up a website that is not ready, because everything that is visible will be indexed. So it's a good idea to hide your website domain name because you're building. Fantastic. That's good. Okay, so now that we know this, what else can we do? Where do we go from here? I want to introduce you to something that I've made for you to help you get from where you are with your SEO joining to absolute clarity. And that is my introduction to my first SEO course, where I'm making things really absolutely simple for you to understand. We have fun activity in each of the modules of this course where you actually learn how to do SEO yourself, but in a way that is in everyday language and it's so easy to implement. So it's just a 3-module course where you are going to learn the basic foundation of SEO, how it works and what it does, how you can audit your website. Like now we have done one part of the thing, which is the visibility. There are other elements of your website that needs to be checked. How do you do that? What tool do you use? All that you will learn in the course as well. And you also learn about that thing you have heard about, the keyword thing. That sounds so complicated. I've shared with you some of the tools that you can use to find the right keyword and how to keep the process simple. So the course is now open for everyone who is ready to buy. If you are ready to sign up to the course, it's at £97. Very good price for everyone who wants to join. So if you want to join, drop a message, as Zoom is telling me that I'm running out of time. Oh, so anyone that wants to buy the course, feel free to drop me a message and I will send you the link to get the course. So let me know how you are feeling. How do you find today's masterclass?
This last bit where we did the site and our domain name was very helpful to me, because it's certainly an eye-opener as to what people can see about me and my website. I'm so very happy about the images that are showing up, and my blogs are showing up. I'm really happy about that. So
awesome, awesome. That's beautiful. I'm glad you find the masterclass to be of great value, because that was the intention of the masterclass. It was intentionally set up so that when you attend, you learn that SEO can be done in 5 minutes if you know the how. I mean, well, that is where most people get stuck with. What exactly should I do with my SEO? How do I get started? And all that is what I shared in my SEO course that I've created to help many businesses learn the techniques of doing SEO absolutely 5 minutes. Each of the lessons shows you what to do in only 5 minutes of your time. And it's damn simple. Like anybody that can browse the web can do SEO.
it does make it a lot easier.
Yes. So thank you everyone for joining today's masterclass. If you have any questions, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. Those are places I hang around the most. And I put the link to my course there. If you are ready to take the next steps on mastering how do you do this thing so that your website show up to the right people, this is the course for you. That's one way that I can help you.
Thank you very much, Nyene, for your time and for giving us this. I found it very useful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you too for coming around and for.
How do I make my Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and all that show when I'm doing the site / my domain name. I mean, I've got the links on my website, but it's obviously not showing on here.
So what you need to do is to check whether it's showing on the next page. Because the words, your domain name it has a very generic words like simple and demand. So it could be in other pages that is showing up, meaning that other people have the same names or the same domain name, and their social media is gaining more traction.
Now, everything on here is only just my stuff, and I've done a couple of pages search now, and it's all just my stuff.
So when you go to your website, you want to check that your Instagram, if that is the social media you're referring to, is actually active. Do you click from your website to Instagram? Have you done that before?
I don't think I have done that before. I'm going to go and do that now.
Because you have to grade that traffic back to Instagram and then create it back to website. In that way, it creates an index connection.
Oh, all right. Okay. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And when you're referring people to your website, also let them know that they can click the link in your website to visit your social media. When you do that, it's called users' behavior. Those user behaviors are being picked, and then they could analyze that user behavior and interpret it to the right people.
Okay, that's fabulous. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other person have a question that you want me to answer, as we have about 2 more minutes to go? Do you do SEO on Wix website for people? Yes, I do SEO on all the website platforms, but I specialize in building WordPress website. But when it comes to SEO, the techniques can be used on other website builder platform as well. So if someone needs help with SEO on Wix website, absolutely, I do that as well. I hope that answers your question, Emma. Great. All right. Thank you. Yes, yes. So it's very interesting thing to know that SEO that we find hard is something we actually do every day unconsciously. We are buying things in the online space. We are using our phone. That's all SEO. Someone is thinking about you and being intentional with what they do. So you want to think about your ideal clients and think, how can you be more intentional with what you do so that they get to know you, like you, and discover your website and buy from you. That's the whole process of what SEO helps people to achieve, making connection between you and your ideal client, the journey a little bit shorter. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I really appreciate everyone who has come to join us today. It has really been interesting.